folks. The NFL trade deadline is less than 24 hours away. That said, right here on NY Flight Jets Talk, we'll break down the latest reports surrounding the New York Jets trade plans ahead of tomorrow's deadline. Some players that can be shipped out of town, some players that Gang Green can potentially acquire in return. All of that and much more coming up here on a Monday edition of NY Flight Jets Talk.
This is NY Flight Jets Talk with Connor Long. NY Flight Jets Talk. We're talking Jets, 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 Jets. NY Flight Jets Talk with special guests. NY Flight Jets Talk. Here's your host, Connor Long. Jets, 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 Jets.
You are listening to NY Flight Jets Talk. Here's your host, Connor Long.
Yes, you are, in fact, listening to NY Flight Jets Talk, streaming live right here on YouTube and Twitter. What is going on, New York Jet fans? Welcome into the show right here on a beautiful Monday evening, November 3rd, 2025. Be sure to drop down below and smash that like button. Also, hit subscribe, folks. That is the free way to support us and what we are doing right here on the channel, bringing you daily New York Jets content. I'm your host, Connor Long. You all know me from this show. Of course, you know me from JetsXFactor.com. And of course, just on the block, talking all things New York Jets at all times. So shout out to everyone for joining us again. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. We want to also engage with you guys. We want to hear what you all have to say. So questions, comments, thoughts, everything on your mind surrounding the New York Jets. Any questions you have, throw all of those in the chat. We will get to those. We appreciate your support, as always, right here on the program. Plus our October membership raffle, all of those who gift away with your memberships and super chat us right here on the show. We will be conducting our October membership raffle right at the end of today's program. So shout out to you all again, guys. It really, really goes a long way. Every, super chat you guys give, every membership you guys submit, they mean a lot. So if you guys can, please, 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 the paid way to support us always goes a long way. You can gift memberships, you can become a member of the channel yourself, or you can submit super chats. If you super chat, that is also the way to get your question ensure that it's read, especially during some of our busier shows, some of our long form shows with a round table, and then it will cut the line right in the chat as well. So super chats, I certainly recommend if you want to get your comment read immediately, and maybe we have a ton of stuff in the chat on the show, and you guys want to get your thoughts in right away. Again, shout out to all you guys. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. Questions, comments, thoughts, throw all of those in the chat. Less than 24 hours away from the NFL's trade deadline. We'll be keeping you updated on whatever the Jets do tomorrow. We'll be providing live coverage of tomorrow's trade deadline, and it's going to be a rather interesting day for the New York Jets. The Jets already kind of made a deadline move, if you want to call it. Last week, trading away Michael Carter II, slot cornerback, of course, and then swapping late round picks with the Philadelphia Eagles, and then, of course, bringing in young and ascending wide receiver John Mechie. So Darren Muji has kind of already made a deadline move, if you want to call it that. When it comes to the Jets trade plans for tomorrow, these past few weeks, we heard everyone's name getting thrown into the hat of who will be traded, who will they keep, who are guys the Jets are potentially shopping. And the conclusion that we've come to based on reports is that the Jets have no plans to trade Will McDonald. The Jets' asking price for running back Breece Hall is a third-round pick and higher. And the Eagles have inquired about Jermaine Johnson, but the Jets have said they're asking for a second-round pick or higher. I doubt that the Eagles will have any more interest left in Jermaine Johnson because they got the pass rusher that they needed. They poached a Jets division rival pass rusher in Jalen Phillips, officially acquiring him earlier today. And I already see Jesse in the chat. And first off, says great job on the EFC's roundtable, Connor. I appreciate that, Jesse. That means a lot. But the first question that he has is, who do you see the Jets trading away? I think Will McDonald stays in New York. I think Breece stays in New York. I think Jermaine stays with the Jets. All three of those guys, I think they stay with the Jets post tomorrow's deadline. As for the guys I can potentially see them trading away, Alan Lazard, number one. I spoke to an agent of a current Jets wide receiver who told me that he expects Lazard will be dealt. I could certainly see that, especially with the acquisition of John Mechie, the Jets wanting to give him more reps and give him more opportunities down the stretch to prove and establish himself of who he can be. Josh Reynolds will be on injured reserve, so I think if the Jets trade away Alan Lazard, this will be a prime opportunity for John Mechie, a prime opportunity for a guy like Arian Smith. Look, if the Jets can get anything in return for Alan Lazard, I think that'll be a bonus. So I'll predict that they trade away Lazard tomorrow. Um, Quincy Williams is the other guy I could see. Quinnen will not be traded. I can nearly assure you that. Quinnen will not be traded. When it comes to Quincy, he's a really, really intriguing one, right? Because he's on the final year of his current contract. I spoke about it these past few weeks. It makes a lot of sense as to why he could potentially reunite with Robert Saleh and get traded to the San Francisco 49ers ahead of 4 p.m. tomorrow, which of course is the league's deadline. So for the sake of this exercise, I'll say they do deal away Quincy. So in that case, it's really only two guys, and Quincy Williams and Alan Lazard, and in my predictions, of course. And look, I don't expect tomorrow to be a super busy day for the Jets. I don't think we're going to see a new trade happen every single second. I don't think we're going to have to be refreshing Twitter all day long. I think this is going to be a quieter deadline for the Jets overall. I just really think, they don't have to make many moves. They're not in contention for a playoff spot. They're not contending. Frankly, they haven't been competitive the vast majority of the season. So I don't expect this to be a super busy day for the Jets tomorrow, but I certainly do see a world where they facilitate a couple trades for us to talk about, certainly right here on the program. Now, when it comes to trade targets, I wrote this up last night for JetsXFactor.com because everybody was talking about, who could the Jets potentially ship away? Well, while we don't expect the Jets to be, big name hunting tomorrow, there are certainly some under the radar names that Gang Green could look to acquire, and I'll list off the three that I highlighted in my column. Evan Neal, who I'll give you an explanation as to why, because I know Jet fans are going to go crazy and call me a lunatic for saying that one. Jair Brown, a safety from the San Francisco 49ers, and edge rusher Arnold Ebiketie from the Atlanta Falcons. So I'll start with Evan Neal. I know what you guys are thinking. Trust me. Evan Neal, we just saw this guy fail out with the Giants. I entirely get it. He wasn't drafted in the top 10, however, by accident. He has the raw talent. He has that ability that once made him a top 10 pick and a highly touted prospect coming out of Alabama, and the Jets are an ideal destination for Neal if he wants to resurrect his career and potentially get back to that starting mold as an offensive lineman. Look, he would be learning behind one of the league's most cohesive units. He wouldn't be asked to start immediately. He'd have an opportunity to develop and sit in on a new environment behind a thriving offensive line. And from a financial and trade perspective, the Jets really wouldn't have to give up anything. He's on the final year of his deal, will most likely be a late round pick swap with the Giants. And for New York, it's just one of those classic low risk, high reward type moves. Whether the Giants would be willing to ship Neal off is a question. I've seen reports that teams have inquired about him. But if he is on the block, the Jets should certainly look into that and see if they could potentially facilitate a deal to land Evan Neal with the Jets. Now, the number two name I have on this list, Jair Brown. He was a third-round pick out of Penn State in 2023. And the Jets need safety help. That's the only way to put it. The Jets need safety help. Andre Cisco suffered a torn pectoral muscle that will require surgery last Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals, and that now places a heavy burden on Tony Adams, on Isaiah Oliver to fill a premium role, and they've struggled mightily this season. Brown offers a lot of upside in that role, and I think he's an upgrade over both Oliver and Adams. He's an 88.9 run defense grade this year, third among all safeties. And he's also been a strong tackler. So the Jets would highly benefit from bringing in a guy like Brown. They also have 2 years of team control on him, the rest of this year, all of next year from his rookie deal. Plus, not to mention, he also played under Steve Wilkes' rookie season in San Francisco. So you had the experience in there as well, Jair Brown. And that's a piece the Jets could potentially look to take back if they do ultimately send Quincy Williams to the San Francisco 49ers in a potential deal tomorrow. So the first two guys, Evan Neal and Jair Brown. Now, the number one option I had on this list, a very interesting player, someone who I think has produced and done what he's asked of in throughout his NFL career, and particularly with the Atlanta Falcons, and that is edge rusher Arnold Ebiketie. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this right. This is his last name is so hard to pronounce. Ebiketie. Ebiketie. I'm naturally a fast talker, and then when you have a last name like that, I got Emeka Ibuka. That didn't take me much time. This one, however, when I'm reading it, it's a mouthful. So Arnold Ebiketie. That's how you pronounce his name. Of course, he's an edge rusher from the Atlanta Falcons, a 2022 second round pick, so a very highly touted prospect, just like Brown Kells from Penn State. And the reason that I view him as an intriguing prospect, an intriguing player for the Jets to acquire, is he provides surefire tackling help off the edge. The Jets' edge rushers have struggled mightily when it comes to tackling and securing running backs, securing quarterbacks, and read options off the edge. And he provides a huge upgrade there. So that's the area where I think he can contribute the most, but also the pass rush upside. Look, this year has been down for his standards, only 3 pressures, a quarterback hit, 15 total tackles, and 9 stops. But that's primarily due to the fact that he has a ton of competition over in Atlanta. They invested primary draft assets in Jalen Walker and in James Pierce Jr. So he hasn't gotten the opportunity that he needs to thrive. But his first 2 years in the league, he made sure that he made his upside and his presence felt as a pass rusher. 12 sacks and 67 pressures total over the 2023 and 2024 seasons combined. So the potential is there. The Jets are very thin at defensive end. They could certainly benefit from adding him in that mix. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. I'm Connor Long, right here with you guys on a Monday edition of NY Flight Jets Talk. Baby, questions, comments, thoughts, throw all of those in the chat. We're about 15 minutes in, trying to make it a fun 25-minute show. So open it up to you guys. It's your domain. You guys control it now for the rest. So Q&A style, and then we get through everything in the chat. We will transition over to our membership raffle. Of course, baby. Shout out to everyone again. Questions, comments, thoughts in the chat. Smash the like button. Hit subscribe. I'm Jets X Factor's Connor Long, right here with you guys on a Monday edition of NY Flight Jets Talk. Jesse says, with Andre Cisco being out for the season, is Asante Samuel someone the Jets might be interested in, especially given his age of 26? Now, this is a great comment here from Jesse. Shout out to you. I appreciate you asking this, because I was kind of going to indulge into this and explain it, because Asante Samuel is a really interesting player. He, of course, suffered a rather serious injury last year, and it gets announced today that, it was a spinal fusion. It was like a very serious injury that left him sidelined for a year plus, and it gets announced today that he is fully cleared to return to the NFL. So good to hear for Asante Samuel. When it comes to how we could potentially fit in with the Jets, I don't know if he's much of a Cisco replacement. They play different positions. Asante Samuel is more of a boundary corner, and then Cisco, of course, that high-flying center field free safety. So Andre Cisco, obviously being out for the year, shakes things up in the secondary. That's why I mentioned Jair Brown and his fit with Steve Wilkes' system and the upside and having that extra year of team control. Sure, they can certainly add Samuel. He'd be an interesting name to watch. I just don't see him fitting into that Cisco replacement type mold. Rep NY is why they need Evan Neal. And this doesn't come from, the Jets need Evan Neal to, have a successful remainder of the season. That's not the case at all. It would just be an interesting depth piece to have and a low risk, high reward type move for the Jets. There's no harm in trading for a guy like Evan Neal and swapping late round picks to bring a guy like Evan Neal in, because we've seen someone very similar to Evan Neal resurrect his career after a rough start with the Jets, and that's Mekhi Becton. I'm not saying Evan Neal is going to be, the Jets transition in guard and boom, he's Mekhi Becton last year with the Philadelphia Eagles. That's not what I'm saying at all, but I'm saying, like, why not? It can't hurt. The Jets' offensive line depth, I hate to break it to you, isn't as great right now on the interior of the line. Why not take a deadline flyer on a guy like Evan Neal. Thank you, Eric. Says Connor, you did great in the AFC's roundtable. Shout out to you, Eric. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Shout out to you, John, higher John Gruden, as you'd like to be called. Thank you for joining us right here on the show. Again, smash the like button, hit subscribe. I'm Connor Long, right here with you guys on a Monday edition of NY Flight Jets Talk. Looks like we went through the chat. We are going to head over to the Wheel of Names, baby, for this month's membership raffle. Shout out to you all. Appreciate the hell out of you guys. I appreciate your support, as always, right here on the show. Another membership raffle upcoming, our October one. We're going to pull up the Wheel of Doom. As they say, we're going to raffle off our prizes, which for this month included a Joe Klecko signed jersey, a Wayne Corbett signed jersey, a Coles Corbett Moss signed photo, a Don Maynard signed photo, and an Al Toon signed photo, folks. We are going to go through these. We'll start with the Joe Klecko signed jersey. Whatever name this wheel lands on, boy, oh boy, they earn a Joe Klecko signed jersey thanks to their incredible support through the paid way to support us right here on NY Flight Jets Talk. And the person who will be taking home that Joe Klecko signed jersey is Lou B. Lou B. Shout out to you, Lou B. Thank you so much for your support, as always, right here on NY Flight Jets Talk. I'm going to write this down in our notes app right here on the iPhone. Lou B will be taking home the Joe Klecko signed jersey. Shout out to you, Lou, loyal listener of the show, of course. Thank you for your support, as always, and I'm so happy to see you finally win a raffle prize. Shout out to you, my good sir. Now, next prize we're giving away is a Wayne Corbett signed helmet. Get whatever name that this wheel lands on, they will win a Wayne Corbett signed helmet thanks to their incredible, kind, caring support right here on NY Flight Jets Talk. And the person who takes home that Wayne Corbett signed helmet's going to be close. It's going to be John, though. Right near John, right near Jets Flight Plan. And John comes away with the Wayne Corbett signed mini helmet. Shout out to you, John. Thank you so much for your support, as always, right here on the channel. I have your info, John, that will get shipped out to you ASAP. Shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for your support, as always. Thank you, John. Appreciate you, my friend. Now, the next prize that we are giving away is a Coles Corbett Moss signed photo. So a signed photo that contains signatures from Wayne Corbett, Santana Moss, and Lavernius Coles, baby. Again, whoever name this lands on will win that very picture. Shout out to you all and best of luck. And it will be Eli Betts taking home that signed photo. Shout out to you, Eli. Thank you so much for your support, as always, right here on the show. I will try to find your contact info. I don't believe I have it, but I will try to find it. And if I cannot, if you see that the next time in the chat, I will remind you to email me. I'll throw my email in the chat if you do stumble upon this video. C715@gmail.com is where you can email me your address, and I will get this picture sent out to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support, as always, right here on the program. And our final, we got two more prizes left. Next up, the next prize we're giving away is a Don Maynard signed photo. Again, whatever name that this wheel lands on, the lucky winner will earn a Don Maynard signed photo. And the lucky winner of our Don Maynard signed photo is Robin Boy Wonders, baby. Shout out to you, Robin Boy Wonders. I will DM you on Twitter because I know we've interacted on Twitter a few times. Shout out to you, and I will get this out to you. Thank you so much for your support, Robin, right here on the channel. And then our final prize is an Al Toon signed photo. So the final spin of this wheel, again, whatever name that this wheel lands on, will take home a Al Toon signed photo, baby. Let's roll. The winner of the Toon signed photo is Jets Flight Plan, baby. Taking on the Al Toon signed photo to close that. Shout out to you, Jets Flight Plan. Thank you for your support. As always, that'll do it for our October membership raffle. Thank you all for the support. Thank you to 369 of you guys watching us live. Smash the like button. Hit subscribe. We appreciate the support as always. Again, stay tuned. We're going to be back tomorrow. Daily Jets content right here on the channel if you're new, so we appreciate it again. Smash the like button. Hit subscribe. Thank you all. That'll do it for me right here on this beautiful Monday evening. I'm your host, Connor Long, saying have a great rest of your evening, everyone. And as always, JTS, baby. Jets, Jets, Jets. Peace out, folks.